My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. I've worked thousands of IRS cases. I used to set up trust fund penalties, and I want to help you with the 4180 interview and let you know why IRS will hold you responsible and how IRS will not hold you responsible for the tax. I've done this 4180 so much, it almost makes me sick to talk about it. I used to interview all these people. Back in my day when I worked at IRS, we had to take every 41. It was the longest interview form, longest number of pages you had. It was 4 or 5 at the time. So they've modified that 4180, but I want to help you with it. Anyway, if you're going through a trust fund penalty, you probably need to listen to me. I'm available for representation, but let me tell you the secret to the 4180 interview, the secret to the 4180. So I'll look at that 40. I'm looking at it, by the way, right now as a former agent, okay, just so you know. I look at the 4180, and there's a section on page 2. They modify the form, so I don't know which form you have. It says, who did this, who wrote checks, who was a corporate officer, who signed the 941. There is a section on that 4180 that just asks all these questions. So I don't even look at the rest of the form. I drill down really on that section. If I drill down on that section, all that other stuff is ancillary. What is IRS trying to do with the 4180? They're trying to build their case. Why? Every 4180, eventually when the RO like me would have submitted a package, the manager must sign off on it. If the manager doesn't sign off on that, it's not really a legal assessment. Someone has to look at that and actually approve that assessment. So the manager looks at the whole file, but that 4180 actually is kind of a conviction if you're filling that out, because you're telling IRS in signing it what you knew legally about the business. Well, here's the little trick about that. It's better to go ahead and tell IRS, in fact, that you don't know an answer if you don't know. Don't guess. The more you show unknown or I don't know, you're letting IRS know you didn't have things to do with the business or the things they're looking for. I used to fill all these out, and these people were saying, well, I guess this happens. I had to go ahead and put it down. But I'm telling you, in filling that out, you want to know is if you're looking at your best defense, you want to let them know that you don't know nothing about the business legally as much as you really can. Don't guess, don't speculate. If you don't know, say, I don't know, how would I know that? IRS, remember, is trying to throw this broad, huge net around everybody who came in that business, everyone breathed, everything. So when you fill out the 4180, when you put your name and all that information, carefully answer and make sure you have actual knowledge with the answer you're filling out is correct. If not, the answer is unknown. And therefore, you're letting IRS know and the agent know you really didn't know enough about that company. The more you speculate, the more you guess, the more you're being sucked down into that quicksand of being responsible for the trust fund penalty. Not everyone who signed a check or was on the corporate resolution is necessarily responsible. What IRS is really looking for is, like I said, who was on the corporate resolution. They're also looking for who signed certain checks. Certainly, if you signed a tax check, you're dead meat. Sometimes you're going in on trust fund because you were just a third party who helped in the office if the owner was out. You can be liable. There's defenses for that. But just remember, IRS looks at the whole body of work for the 4180, not necessarily just one form or this or that. So anyway, if you need your best tax defense, let me know. But that 4180 really helps seal the fate of people, because once IRS has the corporate resolution, bank signature cards, and cancel checks, now they're looking for supporting information to slam dunk. So you want to undo some of that stuff by not falling into the quicksand of the 4180. If you need me, you know where I'm at. Give me a subscription. I tell you what you need.